One of the viewers who viewed my videos, he commented, and he only commented when I said, I made a video saying that authors should also look into the fact that Indiana is giving Author House the rights to publish this way. So he commented to me that I can get a lawyer and have the lawyer pay for it. We know that lawyers do what lawyers do best. I'm not going to go with that. They go if they see they have a good chance of being successful. And so far I have been to District 10 in Indiana, who told me, Author House gets away regardless. They are on the brim. This is in District 10, Indiana. Author House operate where they are on the brim, where they always win. And I had lots of those comments all over. In Buffalo, New York, and in New York, I was told that I can't do this without money. I have to pay big money to do this because this is not, you're not going to get pro bono and all that. But I know that lawyers usually work when they know they can get paid. I'm not a lawyer, but I know I have a good case against Author House. Author House got ISBN number without my consent. Author House never informed me. When I went ebook, there was no mention of ISBN. Author House do not send monthly reports. I had to beg them for it. They don't pay money due when they say money due. And the fact remains, I bought 20 books myself to advertise that never show on a quarterly report. My friends moving to Georgia, my neighbors in Massachusetts bought books, never showed. So Author House have faults all over the place as far as I'm concerned. The main one is for getting an ISBN number that my father is a fictional man. Now, if I was a gunslinger, I was going to go after them. No kidding. That's my beloved father. Maybe the best black man ever walked the face of the earth in Trinidad and Tobago. He even worked for the mayor of Port of Spain as a hair tailor cutter. The most peaceful black man on earth. So for me, I could fight Author House until I die. My poor mother-in-law in Norway, she must be dead by now. You turn her fictional too? What is Author House? Author House is mad publication. So, to the comment, I wouldn't mention his name, from Indiana, talking a bunch of shit that my life is in danger and it could get messy and all of that. I know that. This is America. People is pay gunslingers. But that's all right. I could die for this reason. This is my father. I don't give two hoots about Author House. You cannot make Batman and Superman my hero and down my father. This is the deal. I'm coming after these bastards in Indiana because that's what they do. And it's on paper. It's not my paper. The paper that sent from Indiana was not printed in Trinidad. My property coming from Trinidad is what Author House destroyed. My property coming from Norway is what Author House destroyed. So I don't care about the hooligan who write and comment on this deal. And I thank God my father is alive, is dead, that he don't have to go through this. I thank God for that, so I could fight my fight myself. I just want to say, sometimes I go and I brief through YouTube because I'm a YouTube looker. I love to watch YouTube. And some people comments about, people who publish Vanity Press either too vain or crazy and all this sorts of stuff. That's all right. Thinking is the freedom of the world, the best freedom of the world, but know to use it sometimes. We come out and say a lot of stupid things sometimes. I do myself. But in in the 90s and in the 80s, when all this get hot as ebook, immigrant writers was the big bait. I was the big bait. I wanted somewhere to put my work because I was on a hustle to get my green card. So I want to find a home for my book. So that is one I say. If today I could help others not to fall into my trap, I'll be glad. But remember also, back then in the 90s and 80s, there was not internet guidelines like it have now. We who got burned back then could talk now and warn people. This is where the thinking come in. We could warn people of the danger out there. But when I started, there was no way. There was none of that. There was the Writers Guild, the union, and all that. But people, hardly anybody got burned. There was no Ibis House and all these kind of people who had burned yet. But these same publishers today, they themselves, I know from my experience, is being used by special interest people. So there's a lot of players, there's a lot of facts, there's a lot of different angles that is coming in there. There's things that is also strangling these same publishers. It's not just what you see on the surface. So people who don't know this too well should shut up and let people who know it talk, because I am writing since I am knee-high and I've been through many doors. And I am not kidding with this subject. Sure, I was anxious as an immigrant without a green card. I went in there. So I was open, vulnerable to be burned. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. So I don't want to hear nobody bullshit. When you're writing me, know what you're saying, because I know this deal. I am not a famous writer, but I know this deal. Trust me. Trust me, I know it. And I had to advertise for these people. And then, now, I haven't told a lawyer that, because I'm not going in with a lawyer with that burden. You see, you have to separate the shit. You have to divide the sheep from the goat. I'm not bringing special interest to my lawyer. I'm not bringing this and that. If a lawyer have enough brains to see that he do that on his own. But there's a lot of angles out there. So people, when they're making comments about writers, they should know what they're talking about. Because writers, most of them, if they're not new on the thing, they know what they're talking about. Excuse me, and good luck to the lawyer who want to take me on.